Coming up today, we're planting brassicas for your cool weather crops in your garden.
And we're going to show you how to make your own laundry soap to save you money.
All that coming up today on the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener.
Which one are the brassicas?
You're just going to find out. The Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener is sponsored in part by... For all your non-GMO, organic, and heirloom vegetable, flowers, and herb seeds, visit dollarseed.com. Sioux Growing Supply, located in Wausau, Wisconsin, focusing on certified leaf compost, an excellent amendment for poor soil, retains moisture and adds nutrients, which equals less watering. Available in labor saver pre-filled trays and pots, bag and bulk. Visit SiouxCompost.com. Organic fertilizer for the health-conscious organic home gardener. Family owned and operated. Visit thewiveggardener.com. Don't poison your soil with municipal water. Attach a body, mind, and soil hose filter. Free shipping exclusively through the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com. Just click on the body, mind, and soil icon. Authentic Haven brand soil conditioner for the home gardener. Easy to brew. Visit ManureTea.com. No measuring, no thinking. Stamp it, plant it, stop plotting, start planting. GardenStamp.com. Welcome to the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener. I'm Joy Baird. Well, today we're planting brassicas. Now, brassicas are not a group of instruments at your local high school orchestra. They're a family of plants that consist of broccoli, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts, as well as a few other ones. Now, why is brassicas so important? Well, a lot of studies have been done, and they've proven that consuming brassicas, the broccolis, the cauliflowers, the kales, the Brussels sprouts, can greatly help ward off diseases like cancer, hypertension, as well as heart disease. So it may be something you want to consider growing in your garden. Now we're going to plant as we normally have with the other seeds that we've started. We're pre-soaking our seeds in moo tea, and then we're going to use leaf compost. Now, in this instance, you can use leaf compost from Sioux's, or you can use their professional potting mix. It's up to your discretion. We just like to use the leaf compost to get them a good jump start. Every product is good that they offer, but we've got it available here. So what we're going to do is we're just pre-soaking an undetermined number of seeds. I just put a handful of seeds in each cup. There's red cabbage, green cabbage, we've got Brussels sprouts, which out of all of these will take the longest to reach maturity, about 90 to 120 days. So we're going to just get our compost here, fill our cups up, and plant normally like we would. Now we're not going to, like we did with the peppers and like we will with the tomatoes, we're not going to top coat these containers with vermiculite or perlite, depending on what you use. We're just simply going to brush a very thin coat of soil because you want to plant them about as deep as they are tall. So very little soil we'll put on top of them. So let's go ahead and get started here. This will be just this will be green. This will be broccoli. So we'll just swirl these seeds. They've been soaking for about 2 hours now, so they're fully hydrated. And we'll pour them in there. Make sure the label's on there. Take a little bit of compost, leaf compost, and top dress it. And with the pre-soaking the seeds in moo tea and with the good leaf compost, we're expecting these seeds to be germinated in about 3 to 5 days. So, and then once they've reached once they've reached height in the cups and put on their true leaves, then we can maneuver them into smaller containers or seed cells. Now, you don't have to start them in 9-ounce plastic cups like we do. You can start them in the seed trays that you get your local home and garden center. One precautionary measure that we're taking with every seed starting operation that we're doing is we're cleaning all the containers with we're soap and hot water to make sure we sterilize everything so we're not transferring any diseases that could potentially be in the containers from years past. Now, if you don't have these white containers, a wonderful alternative is cupcake tins, especially with the 9-ounce and the 16-ounce cups. They sit very nicely in those. So I'm going to get the rest of these planted, and we'll finish top dressing them all off whenever we get them all planted. Alright, so I'm just finishing topping off these cups with soil. Now, if you're planting these in a seed tray, I would recommend about 2 seeds per container. With each of these, I've got anywhere from 20 to probably 30 seeds, and then we can extract them and put them in a smaller or seed tray at that point. Now, one thing you want to be cautious of whenever you're planting, especially brassicas, is I've got 3 varieties of cabbages, I've got 3 varieties of broccoli, a cauliflower, and a Brussels sprout, and every single seed looks identical. Because they're all in that same family, they're universal in color, shape, and size. So if you don't know what you're planting, your guess is as good as anybody else's. So we're not going to hydrate these. We're not going to water them down because we have pre-soaked them in moo poutine. When we put the seeds in the moo poutine, we went ahead and moistened the soil. So in about 3 to 5 days, these will germinate, and then you'll put these in. You want to start these about 6 weeks before your last frost date, and you can potentially put these in about 4 weeks before your last frost date in many cases in your garden. But check your area for what is recommended for your particular grow zone. So it's pretty easy how you grow brassicas, and when people say brassicas, now you'll know what they're talking about. We encourage you to try everything you see on the program.
Grow your own, know where your food comes from, and know what's in it. So making your laundry soap is easy, it's efficient, and it's really, really cost effective. For example, when you make this laundry soap here, you only use 2 of these, or 2 tablespoons per load. 2 to 3 depending on, if it's a lot or something. Okay, so if you think about that compared to this, when you use a full one of these per large load, so obviously that's a difference. And since it's a dry soap, you're not having to add water. If you maybe go to laundromat, or if your laundry's on a different floor of your house, that way you only have to take what you need. You don't have to haul a big size one of these. And obviously, if you buy the smaller size laundry soaps, then you don't get as much. It's not as good of a deal for your money. So making your own is easier for you. It's also simple, and it saves you money. So there's some bonuses there. And all these ingredients can be found in the laundry aisle of your big box store. If you can't, you can find them online, like Amazon or whatever. So first what you need is this box of borax. This is the 4 pounds, 12 ounce box. Then you need washing soda. Now washing soda is a little bit different than baking soda. And you need this box, which is 55 ounces. And then some of this other stuff is a little bit optional. You definitely need Fells Naphtha soap. This is found in your laundry aisle as well. If you can't find it, this is one of the ones. Some people have a hard time finding it, so you can obviously get it on Amazon as well. But this you need for sure. And for this recipe, we need 3 bars because we're doing a big recipe. Now these other things are a little bit more optional because they were, from what I read online, they're just meant to add some freshness to your laundry, to make it to get rid of stains, and it's kind of old school methods, which is using the baking soda in your laundry. And the OxyClean, that's for stain remover. So since we're gardeners, we get dirty. I take care of my 2-year-old niece, so I get dirty sometimes from her. So I just decided I'm going to add the OxyClean to there. And then for some scent, I know these are a little controversial, but I'm going to add these for some scent. I mean, I've been using scented laundry soap for as long as I can remember. I'm just going to add them in. So first you want to get your soap, you want to get it ground up. Now you can use a cheese grater, or you can use a food processor. I'm going to use the food processor. So let's see what happens here. Alright, so that actually worked out really nice. I'm just going to dump this in here. I got to grind the other bar. And if you use your food processor for this, when you are done with it, make sure you wash it out with some hot soapy water, let it dry thoroughly before you go ahead and you make some pesto or something in it. Okay, so I'm going to use these here, and I'm going to put them in my food processor because you want to kind of grind them up a little bit so that they, I mean, it's not necessary, but I kind of want everything to be the same consistency, so when I do my washing, that just all goes together. So, I'm going to do that real quick. Give them a little pulse here. Okay, so I got them nice and chunked up, ground up there, and got them mixed in. Ooh, smells fresh. Okay, so then you just add the rest of the ingredients. So we got our washing soda. We have our borax. Now this you want to be careful with. You want to try not to inhale too much of it, or I don't think you want to use it around children. I don't know the exact rules, but just be careful. All right, it's getting dusty in here. Then we have the baking soda. And then finally, the OxiClean. Oh, coupon. So, then you want to just stir this all up. Got my big spoon here, I'm going to stir it all up. Okay, so we got everything all mixed up here really well, and you just want to make sure you store this in an airtight container that stays dry. And you just use the 2 scoops. I think you could also use one of these that came with the OxiClean as well, so that's convenient. Thank you for watching. I'm Holly Baird. Join us next time for more organic gardening and home food preserving. This has been the Wisconsin Vegetable Gardener. For more information, please visit thewwisconsinvegetablegardener.com.